Hi everyone. I haven't posted in a while. I wanted to share a video of a position that I'm in. Honestly, in these times, I have been in cash, just sitting on the sidelines or trading really, really small until I see what I want to see. A position that I did take on was this Groupon, which I wanted to just share how I'm playing it. I'm still in it, and I wanted to just share why I selected it. So first of all, if we look at this stock, you'll see that there's a tremendous amount of strength here. And this amount of strength, if you want it to go down to the bottom, let's call it 100% from where the low was, 112%, which is a significant pop. And then if we wanted to just kind of measure how much it gave back, which is under 17%. So that fits with Mark Minervini's power play rules. I would have liked to have seen it more dormant here. However, in this type of market, something that's showing this much strength and only pulls back 17, 18%, so less than 20 is quite strong. So I ended up taking a position on this day. I liked this action here, and I wanted to buy it on the high of Thursday. So I put in an order. I ended up getting filled, and I'll move that open a little bit. So I ended up buying it here with a stop here at the low of the day that I bought it on. So for me, that was a very small position. It was actually a quarter position that I bought, and that added that total account risk. The trade risk was about 4%, but because I was trading so small, the total account risk was like 0.26%, right? So well below the 1.25 maximum account risk. So even it's exactly at a 0.25% total account risk as well. So I waded through basically some back and forth. It came in a little bit, but if we look at the S&P 500, and I'm just going to move that up to a new pane. We can see that this thing is holding up well, right? When you look at like from here, for example, this decline, and we look here and we're seeing this strength. Like this thing is totally bucking the market. And it made a little bit of a bump, it's going sideways, and now the market's getting a little bit of a bump. But basically this is showing a tremendous amount of strength against all of this downselling, which is definitely something that you want to see when picking a name, especially in this environment where we're really not seeing anything that's exciting. This is probably one of the better names that I'm seeing, at least. So I ended up riding it through, and I kind of felt that I like what I was seeing again against the market, and I decided to take another piece on this day. So that's April 25th, this Friday. Again, I wanted to just come in. I was seeing this as type of a line of some resistance, so I wanted to get in above this high more or less with a buy order. So my second buy was here. So I bought it at 845 with a stop of 1830. So if we look at both, but what I did then was I basically removed the bottom buy stop, and instead of this being, I bought another quarter position. So I now have a half position, but I moved my stop up from the original number and I moved it up to this one. So basically I put an add and reduce. I added another quarter position, but I did not add any more risk because I basically, from a 5 cent difference or something, but I basically moved my previous stop to my new stop. Basically guaranteeing that first quarter position now has no risk. I'm free rolling it, and now I have a half a position with only a half a percentage worth of risk on it. So originally, when I just bought the stock, I had 0.75 risk, and then as I did the add and reduce, I moved my stop up to 1830. I was only left with now a 0.55 percent risk. So I took a little bit of a bigger tranche on the second piece just because I would like to see it go through here, and I'm also looking at, that, like, this is 7%, and this whole base is about 9%. So it's not I want to kind of hold it to the base, its size, so that I could stay in the stock with limited amount of risk. So I'm willing to go to a 7% stop, but I'm really looking at position sizing and total account risk. So this is a very small position for me, especially since I've just reduced that other piece. And so total risk is very small. I'm less than 0.5% of total risk. So that allows me to get, a 7% hit or a cushion. Now, I wouldn't look to do this on any size per se, but as I'm testing the waters, the market is kind of volatile. We want to see, if things are working. I want to go in small and allow for some fluctuations if I can. Only in names like this, which I think are upcoming leaders. And then if this were to come up again and give me another little setup, for example, if it did something like this, for example, I could see myself buying it again here, right? And then if it gave me a proper setup with some tightness, I could see myself buying it again, and then adding maybe another quarter or half position and building up my position on strength. I hope this is helpful about adding and reducing. It's basically the ability to take on more risk by reducing some of your risk.